It's Julian's birthday. What fun board game things has he received this year?
Happy birthday to me! Well, it wasn't a big one this year, but I have had a fun selection of board games and a massive parcel come through. So I thought it'd be wise to undo this on camera and also show off what I got. So
yes, you got some lovely bits and bobs.
As always,
my
friends and family are very generous. So, Jonta, why don't you pass them over and we can reenact the gift giving that associates.
Just do gift giving all over again, shall we? Well, one thing I did pick up for you, which was interesting, I picked up two things from Aircon. These two OinkGames, and it was interesting because we had played startups when we met up with some people from the Foster the Meeple Discord a couple of months ago, and we played that for the first time with them and really enjoyed that. And I know that Julian had had his eye on Scout for a long time, like super keen to get that one. And I happened to be opposite the OinkGames stand whilst was working at Aircon, so I thought I'd pick up both. And initially, when you were being handed over the gifts, your daughter gave you one of those boxes to unwrap.
I recognised the size of it.
Yes, yeah.
So that was a clue. But yes, I did unwrap startups first, and it was. I think I may have given away that I was a bit disappointed it wasn't Scout, because I really wanted
Just a little
Scout.
bit.
But that's not to say I didn't want startups. We did play it, like you said, and I've known about this one for a while.
Yeah, we did enjoy it.
Shut Up and Sit Down and talk about this as being their, in a very old video, as being their favourite Oink game. So these are two I really wanted. I had avoided getting startups when I got Deep Sea Adventure. Because it played 3 to 7, and at that time we were mainly playing together. But now we have a kind of board game group we play quite regularly. That's less of an issue, but this plays 2 to 5.
Yes, so, yeah. I've only played it at 3, so it'd be interesting to see how it does play at the different player counts. But yeah, it was fun because I think you sort of assumed that I would have only got the one, and that it then wasn't Scout, which you wanted that little bit more.
Yes.
And then you were surprised when you saw the other box, the same sort of size, and were like, oh, it all makes sense now.
It was all fine. Birthday wasn't cancelled.
Yes,
all good.
Yes. So they were fun from Aircon.
Mm-hmm.
You have been painting a lot lately, so I got you a little fun toy to help with that.
Yes, so quite a lot of the gifts you got me were painting related. And so this is basically just a stand.
At the moment you've been doing the whole grubby finger thing.
Yes, I kind of just clutch them and then end up getting paint on and then missing bits, and then when I turn it around I get thumbprints everywhere, so this is a lot better.
Should help matters.
Yeah, it obviously can hold various sizes, and as I have it's all been really boiling down to painting Tamashi when that arrives.
Yes.
My initial goal was to paint my little scythe and do a good job of that. But
you
now,
have done that.
Yes.
They look fantastic.
Yeah, so now I want to do the Tamashi when it comes. So I've been perfecting things heading towards that. So that's going to be really
getting
helpful.
your practice in for that. And with that in mind, you were wanting these sort of dropper bottle things.
Yes.
So this is a very boring.
It's the most dull present a fiance can get.
And it got left outside by the Amazon delivery in the rain, and I got a text message saying you've got a parcel that's been left in the rain. And it was like, no, it's fine. It's just plastic.
Yeah, well, so what these are, I got these solely because I can't stand the Citadel colour tubs. They come in little squat tubs, really. And as you open them, paint flings everywhere. And also, I paint things, I don't do a kind of batch, I paint them individually, which means obviously I need a very small amount of each colour. So basically what I've got, I have some here, is I can put the Citadel colour in here, and these have basically a nozzle, a dropper nozzle. So I can get.
It's oozing out like a little volcano.
It's ready to go. So I can really moderate how much I have, which is particularly useful for things like the contrast medium, because then I can. It's just flawed having a little tub because it gets mucky and it doesn't work. So basically, yeah, these are the. These are the colours I have that aren't basically speed paints. These are the Citadel colour equivalent. Thanks to Jeff at Foster Meeple for putting me in touch with this one, perfect skin tone. What else did I get?
Well, another thing that I saw at Aircon was a company called Geeky Meeples, and they had some fun stuff, and I didn't manage to get round there that much whilst I was working, but I did get in touch afterwards and get you a couple of little treats, and then they were also kind and sent us an extra little gifty treat. So there's a few things in those. So there is this one, which is a nice sort of clamshell for us to put our pearls for Everdell in. So we've got I originally had the base Everdell and some of the expansions, and then I traded that in, and we've got the complete big huge box thing, and our next sort of expansion that we're going to play from that lot is Pearlbrook,
yes,
which I have played before, but you haven't. So I thought that would be nice, little added extra to make that happen.
Yeah, we did need something to keep the pearls in. So that's
that
very
nice.
useful to get.
Yes.
And this is really nice.
Yeah,
I love
the silveriness of it. Like a lot of the 3D printed stuff that you see just tends to be kind of a plain colour, very kind of dull base. You get various colours, but well, sometimes you do, sometimes they're just all grey, but that's got a lovely shimmery silvery tone to it, and it does have that kind of pearlescent feel to it, which is nice. And they do have some stuff that's sort of sparkly and rainbowy and things like that, so all sorts of things from there. I know they're going to be at the UK Games Expo, so if you are going, you can look them up, or if not, we'll pop a link down to them.
They're really impressed with them, and we've got some other bits from them.
Yeah, so the other thing that I ordered for you for birthday is some add-ons for viticulture. So
yes, I was excited about this. I've often talked about my love of viticulture. More coming up on that in a minute. But yes, it's in my top 10, I think. In fact, I know it's in my top 10.
Yes.
And we have the miniature wine bottles. You might have seen in some of the other videos. So it's nice to get the kind of fancier components.
All the little buildings, the yoke, the mill, and,
and these are
the cellar sizes and things like that. So yeah, it should be fun to play with those and just add that little extra to a game that we love. And we've got you printed off some different bits and bobs. We've got some fromage expansion to play with and stuff. So we've got lots to play with that game.
I think we have.
Be nice.
At the risk of spoiling what's about to become, we've got everything viticulture now. So the cheese expansion was originally in the first version of Tuscany, but then got moved. But we've got that subsequently.
I just thought it might be fun to You bought little cow things.
Yes,
so that we can
I got those at the Games Expo last year.
Yes.
So yeah, we have a lot of viticulture. It's a game we play quite a lot, so it's nice to get.
That'd be nice.
We've got a habit of deluxifying our favourite games now. And it's always good because it makes you play them more, gets them to the table more often, and it just kind of enriches the experience. But yeah, so it's something we tend to do a lot of now.
And the other thing that they sent us very kindly, which is lovely, is that they do these wonderful trays. And you can put your component pieces in them, and they also have a little slot for cards and things for some games, depending on what you're playing. And Julian always plays blue, as you probably know if you watch the channel regularly, and it says Julian across the top. Yeah. And there is a green one for me with Libby on it.
Yeah.
So they're
these
really
are
lovely.
really nice, and I like here you've got the kind of indentation for cards.
Yeah,
so it's a card holder.
Them in. Yeah.
So they're really nice, and it was really lovely they sent those. So
yeah,
good.
very kind of them. Thank you very much. So yeah, we really like that. So I'm excited to pull out various games that we can use those with.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Yeah. So should we go back to the viticulture?
We may as well, as I've just alluded to what.
From your mum, you've got Viticulture World.
Yes.
Which we've been very intrigued by, well, since everyone started talking about it, really.
Yeah.
And finally...
I do like the fact it's cooperative. We can play it almost... I presume it's like a campaign. I don't know too much about it. But I know... having it being less competitive and cooperative sounds like fun.
Yeah. Just different ways of playing it.
Yeah.
Different. I like the idea of the world element of it. We really love travel and different cultures and finding out about different places in the world. And it's just nice that sort of embraces that different areas, different things going on. So it'd be interesting to delve in and find out a little bit more about that one.
We also quite like wine. So that's a good choice for that.
She also got you this lovely one.
Yes.
which completes another set.
So now we have everything villainous.
So it's basically set completing for you this birthday.
Yes, ticking boxes really.
Yes.
I love the characters in this. You're very excited by Madam Mim. I'm very excited by Syndrome, who's the cover stylist, because I do like Incredibles. But yeah, it's the only villainous we didn't already have.
I'm excited for you to play that one, because I remember with love our Incredicoaster at Disney in California Park, and Julian's reaction was quite interesting.
It turns out I make some strange noises when I'm on roller coasters I didn't know about.
Yeah.
So
and apparently the Incredicoaster is his limit.
That's it.
And he told me that it was his limit on several occasions. Both during and after the ride.
Yeah.
I think that one's my limit.
Yeah, so I'm not going bigger, faster than that.
I'm excited to sort of embrace Incredibles again.
Yeah,
and relive that moment.
Just to mock me about
every time.
my shrieking like a marine.
Like a marine. Yeah, sure. That was
good to get.
Another set completion, but this time I was the culprit for set completing this one. We have the other 2 Century. In fact, I think I've given you the other 2 Century Golems as we've got.
You've bought all of the Century games, I think, for me.
Yeah. That's just such a nice set, and they're so great for if you're wanting just sort of for like a relaxed, nice play. Yes, they're thinky, but they're not kind of overly complex. But they're also, I think, really great for pulling new people into the hobby, or people to introduce a new mechanism to someone that might be in one of them. I just think they're very good. I mean, people call them welcoming games, don't they? So,
and I think this one is the worker placement. Yeah. So I've said in the past about how it's really great that you play these games and then you can play other games, and it might seem quite daunting when you explain the rules, but then you can say, well, no, it's like we played in Century. So then immediately a more complicated, perhaps abstract mechanism becomes very clear because they have a frame of reference for it, and then you can then layer on top of that. And we really like worker placement games.
Yes, we do, yeah. So, and I know that the big box of these is coming, so part of me is thinking, oh gosh, have I not waited long enough? Mm-hmm. But at the moment, I don't know if they're doing these versions. I haven't heard of the golden version. I prefer this artwork.
Yes, I definitely do.
Quite a way. And what I'm really excited to do with these is, I think I'm going to enjoy them all individually, as we said, sort of like an easy pull off the shelf and play quite simply. But what I'm excited to do is see how they merge together and how you can combine the different games, like particularly the original and this one.
Yes.
I'd be really interested in seeing how they combine, or potentially all 3, and just seeing how that changes each individual game and what that makes me feel on a table.
Yeah, because I think a combination of the 2, be it 1 and 3 or 2 and 3 or whichever combination we end up playing, would fill more of our level of kind of game that we tend to play.
Yeah.
These tend to be slightly simple for us, but lovely and quick.
I do like having that variability on the shelves. Yeah. Like, you can go in for something a bit more complicated, or if it's been a long week, a hard day, you're not feeling tip top, something a bit quicker and easier to get to the table is nice to have. Yeah. And it does give options for non-board gamer.
Yes, and you're saying about having the big box. I think these are quite good in that they are quite small. And all of them contain the gems in here, which you don't need to have 3 versions of.
But, no, but I mean, they are lovely, so you can choose those for something else.
Well, yeah, you can probably condense it quite down into 1 or 2 boxes anyway. It should probably be more practical for taking to places. But I'm really excited to have the full set of these, and I do love the art.
Yeah.
And such a nice table presence with the gems.
Yes, definitely. The holders in there are great, aren't they?
So very pleased you got me that.
Yeah. So that's your set completing done.
Yes, that was.
You got these from your brother?
I did. So these are sleeves, card sleeves. I think they're kind of the standard size card sleeve. Interestingly, there's 50 rather than 52. But I'm hoping to find a game that will need these.
Yeah, they're like Space Invader-y themed, which is quite fun.
Well, a lot of our friends are talking about Under Falling Skies on a different video, which has piqued my interest and reminded me that game exists, and that would work really well with these. But yeah, I think it's a case of finding the right game, and these would be great.
Yeah, any suggestions for standard game size 50 sleeves?
It has to be spacey. maybe
space themed,
bit retro.
Retro. Yeah,
that would be good.
More than welcome to send us suggestions for that. That would be good. Another one from your brother is blockers.
Yeah, so I don't know a great deal about blockers. I know two things about blockers.
Polyominoes.
2-player. So Tetris blocks. And it's on our poster. We've talked about the poster a few times.
Oh, it is on the scratch.
It's on 100 board games you must play. I don't know a great deal about it, but I'll be keen to find out.
Yeah, this looks, from the cover, I would say it looks slightly more area control than space completing you might see in other games.
Would I say part 3? Conquer the board. So yes, I think
conquer the board. There we go.
I think there is.
My thought is correct.
Some sort of area control involved in it.
So that's those bits, and now you have a rather large box.
I
I
do.
Of birthday treats.
Yeah. So I haven't opened this, obviously, but I do know what's in it. It came from Stonemaier. I don't know how much you know what's in here, so I'm going to open it, and you can go, oh, that's what you bought, is it? So, yeah. Let's open this puppy up. Now, I did also buy from Stonemaier, but in a separate order.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I'm thinking that I know isn't in this box, but it was the thing that I was expecting you to order. Expedition, so it's basically Scythe. Ironclad.
Scythe too, and
Why not?
I wanted to get it while I could get the Ironclad versions.
But yeah, I assume you've done that separately so that you didn't have to wait for this.
Otherwise, you'd be waiting until July.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got these little things.
We really enjoy Rolling Realms, don't we?
Rolling Realms is great. You can play it on the sofa. We played on holiday, on the beach, beside a pool.
And you can get such variety with just adding a few of these packs in. So such fun.
So these are the second expansions we bought. We had the Terra Mystica one as well.
Yeah, we do.
But we love Ark Nova. It's one of our favourite games. So I was definitely always going to get that one.
Yeah.
I love the meta nature of Rolling Realms.
I mean, honestly,
I find it brilliant that
it's your comedy.
It's a realm based on the actual game you're playing. I think that's hilarious. And also I got which isn't a Rolling Realms.
More viticulture. So we haven't got enough already.
No, so more viticulture. And this teaches you how to play Viticulture World. I don't know too much about this. I've been trying to avoid reading things or learning things. I will probably watch a tutorial if Rodney's done one.
Yeah.
If not, someone else I'm sure has. But I'm hoping this kind of teaches you how to play the game while you're playing it, or at least gives you an easy step into the game. Not that we don't know viticulture really well, we do. But if that's going to help us, then...
I've seen quite a lot of reviews when it originally was announced and coming out, so I know that there's a lot of great content out there for that.
Now, attached to that wasn't a random piece of card, it was in fact Tapestry's Fantasies and Futures.
Really excited about this. The fantasy element of this, adding that into Tapestry, just sounds, I mean, I'm going to use the word magical for me. Just to tap on that sort of element of theme into a game that we already really enjoy. I love the track race and stuff.
I really like Tapestry. I like how quick it is to play. And interestingly, in this expansion, which doesn't come in a box, it's just this, which is nice.
I mean, we're helping the world, right, with less packaging. We're fully going to put it into our box that we have already. So why throw away a lovely artwork box and essentially pay for that box that you're not going to use, or it's going to sit in the attic because we never actually throw them away because we're all kinds of wrong. We're hoarders.
But in here, along with the extra bits and bobs, is the comprehensive rulebook.
Right.
Now, Tapestry, when it first came out, was often criticised for the imbalances.
Yeah, because when we play, you often say, you're going to start with this amount, that amount, because this is what's now recommended for that. So that'll be good. Because
this is the last expansion, that means this is the final set of rules that takes into account all of the balancing issues that people often criticise Tapestry for. It does happen. So having a new version of the rulebook and having all the rules in one place,
that's good.
Is great.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Now,
really excited.
Where do we put all our Tapestry stuff? There we go. We're going to put it in this. So if you don't know what this is it's the official insert for tapestry. And yes, it basically turns the base box into a box that can hold everything.
Yeah, which will be great because we are short on shelf space for sure.
We are. And this of course comes from Folded Space, which is a company we've got a lot of these inserts for.
Yeah.
You picked up quite a few.
Yeah, the Botoku one's fantastic.
Yeah, and because it's official, it's got all the proper artwork on it. So quite pleased to have that.
Yes.
Particularly because it's going to make tapestry even easier to table. So what else do I have in this massive box?
It's a wine crate.
It's the wine crate for viticulture.
Yes.
Similar logic to tapestry. I want all of my viticulture stuff in one place. I'm not even sure you're going to see it there. It's really nice. I like this.
I love that it's got like the red wine rings, like this couple here, this couple on the back. I think that sort of attention to detail. We know it's cardboard, but like it looks wooden.
I was going to say, when I saw this announced, I thought it actually was a wooden box because I'm a fool. And as you said earlier, we've got everything viticulture, so this will all fit in there, fit on the shelf, and then we're going to go. Tapestry's nice and neat, viticulture's nice and neat. We need to get the big box for Sive.
And the nesting box. Oh dear.
What have we started?
Yeah. And I do, there is part of me that does think, oh gosh, we're spending money on cardboard that's not really gaining anything, but we are getting to the point where there is so little room on the shelves that it is actually very nice, aesthetically, to have it all in a nice lovely box like that, but just spatially for us to be able to help us be able to find the games, get them off of the shelf, store them neatly and nicely. Like there is going to be a huge benefit to having that, for sure,
definitely,
for sure.
And it's it's a nice storage system. It's got all the components neatly in there. So that's it. I just checked through the box now. Apart from lots and lots of these, we're okay.
That's your birthday fun.
That is, but we do have obviously coming from Stonemaier expeditions.
Yeah, but that'll be in the summer.
And that'll be in summer. I've got the rolling realm for that, and I also got the cat rolling realm that they gave away.
Oh my gosh!
That they did for April Fool's Day.
The Walter and Biddy.
Yes, because that just seems ludicrous, and I like the idea of that. Where you're kind of just. You start off with a full score and you have to feed cats or they get grumpy and you lose points. Yay for that. Don't know if it'll break the game, but it's hilarious. Much like the Rolling Realm. But yeah, obviously I've been very lucky, as always, with what I've got for my birthday. And we've got lots of things to play.
We have got lots of things to play. The shelf of shame/opportunity is growing, although I feel like they're not allowed to be on that shelf until you've had them for a set amount of time.
No.
But we certainly do need to make ourselves a list of
well, it's kind of I'm quite
games
pleased
yet to be played.
In a way, I'm pleased they got expansions and kind of additional bits. I have got some games, obviously got some new games, but by having expansions means it doesn't feel as big a hill to climb.
To learn it, to get it to the table.
Yes.
Yeah, they're sort of a bit easier to slot in and get played quicker because you haven't got the learning curve to start with. Yeah, for sure.
But if you just discovered us, maybe you search for Viticulture Wine Crate and discover us here. We are BoxedMeeples. We post a board game video twice a week, sometimes more.
Yeah.
Always about board games. So if you like what we're doing, a good way of showing that appreciation is that like button.
And subscribe and comment and ring the bell for notifications.
All those fun things to share the love.
Yes.
But as always, thanks so much for watching.
Bye.